All right, just getting out of here. Riverside County Innovation Month, fast pitch finale. Just wrapped it up. Just wanted to get some thoughts down on paper here. This is my second fast pitch with the Riverside group here, and this was the finale. The first one was pretty interesting. The second one was, they stepped it up a notch. It was a great venue, a lot of people there. The companies that presented all were fantastic, and the judges, they were ask a lot more tough questions. Really had the presenters on their game. So kind of go through just some quick notes on what I thought about everybody. First company up was Burble by Taylor Cole. They were basically bringing curiosity and creativity to kids via a system that was like a reading app that provided some auxiliary experiences through colors and sounds and light. Interesting idea about getting kids the curiosity going. It was a little bit, didn't really have much of a financial model. Probably be my take on that, why they didn't do as good, didn't win or weren't in the placings. They also didn't have a barrier to entry or a way that somebody else could come in and kind of compete easily. So I think those concepts need to be worked on and figuring out a viable product. It's not unheard of to get in there. First, get a brand that people really trust and know, especially with parents. They're going to have disposable income that they're going to spend. So that's a good market to be in. I think what they want to do is maybe work on the idea and prevent somebody from easily repeating it. Next one, Double Lock Healthcare Systems, Elizabeth Wong. This was a medical device that it's basically a syringe that's going to help you cut down on your bacteria and infections. So it's going to reduce cost and exposure for a hospital. Any idea like that's going to save a bunch of money in the medical world, that's going to be, I think, a hit, especially when it's got a patent, which she had, and she's got some interest from some of the hospitals or letters of support from people that run hospitals. So it's got a good market. I think what her presentation lacked is she had a good idea, good concept, but didn't really know the business, the financials of it. That's where I'd focus the time, is develop that, figure out what it's going to take to make it, what that cost is going to be, what the selling price would be, will insurances pay for it. I think that stuff, figure out what that market is, how much money it's going to cost, how much you're going to make, and what continued R&D will need to have happen, and how quickly you can bring that product to market. I think that one has a lot of potential if you can get those questions answered. Next group was Rival. This was an app for basketball, pickup basketball games. So, you're a basketball enthusiast, weekend warrior, you want to get out, find somebody that you can do a pickup game 3-on-3. This app helps you find people, and they have the same skill level as you. So they had a pretty good pitch. They seemed professional, although one of the gentlemen, I don't know which one it was, kind of looked like he was about ready to start rapping in his posture and the way he held his microphone. So maybe clean that up. The other gentleman, was very professional. Not that the other guy wasn't professional, it just looked a little bit more of a pitch versus a rap music video. Anyways, idea's good. Probably, it seems to me like an app like this, if you're a basketball enthusiast, or the potential to be other weekend warrior enthusiasts for other sports, provides you a way to find people with like-minded interests. Seems to be like another app, and there's a lot of apps out there, and that's one thing for me. Every time I'm on my phone, I'm downloading a run app or a fitness app or a tracker app. It's like I got 50 different apps for these things, and maybe the answer is to put this on some sort of social media built up, so that it's not a standalone where you got to go in and you got another login, you got another account to create. Challenges are going to be is the market. How do you know if the people you're playing against are good or not good, or at the right skill level? That will kind of need to be answered. And then revenue. Will people pay for it on a continued basis? possibly. Life kind of gets in the way of things, and you might be a weekend warrior this weekend and next weekend, but then all of a sudden life changes and you don't play basketball for a year. So the continued income coming in from people paying for the app might be a challenge. Might be a good concept, but it might fizzle off. Other than that, they had a great presentation, did a good job, and knew their business, or knew what they were pitching. Globe Biomedical, Matt Ricard, the second time seeing him present. It's always better, I think, the second time you see somebody, you pick up on things you didn't really see before. I like his concept. He's got an idea that makes sense. The problem's easily understood. He talks about the financials. He gets into it, and he's got a pretty well-rehearsed pitch. So I did like it, understood it a bit better, and I could see why he was the winner from the last pitch I went to, and I can see why he plays successfully there. I think he'll do good again. Laughing Lizard Adventure Park, Kristen Gallagher. I kind of was grasping on what the idea was. Wasn't sure if it was like a kids park or some sort of Spartan race obstacle course for the area. This one to me poses a challenge just because it sounds like it's going to take up a lot of space, and real estate is expensive. It's not always the best use to be an adventure park. That's why a lot of these are being converted to houses and retail stores and other options. But possibly if it's zoned and there's not a best use for it, or a better use for it, you might be able to place one of these out and actually have success. I think the scale of it will be a challenge, and continued interest, it might be something that's kind of gimmicky, and it's a bit of a drive to go out there when you're competing with Disneyland and other sources here. So probably need to refine the idea a little bit more. Deal Drive, Sean Isaac. I was interested in this one because nobody's really doing what they're doing in the back of taxi cabs. I think there's a potential there. Anything that's advertising, captive audience, to me sounds like something that's got some room to expand on, especially localized. You want to get people to your restaurants. They're in town. They don't know where to go. That happens all the time. You're not sure what to do. So I like the idea that that's going to provide some answers to some pain points. Barriers to entry, there's really none. Anybody else could come and develop a similar app, drop it right on top. You're going to have people that probably compete, multiple advertising programs. Not that that's a bad thing, but it could be a race to the bottom if there's 2 or 3, 4, 5 people all competing in this market. So that, to me, sounds like a problem that needs to be addressed. Project Exploration with Mr. Pat. Awesome presentation, great idea, tons of energy. Basically a platform, a television show geared towards promoting science, technology type careers to people that might normally not go in it. Minorities, women, and children, getting them excited about learning and into these fields where we want people to learn and be excited about science and technology, and I think that's a great place to be. Being a nonprofit, I think there's a lot of growth potential. People every day are becoming YouTube stars, making a bunch of money off this stuff. So I do think he's got a lot of opportunity to grow his business and scale it. So I like it a lot. I think it'll be successful. I think they can kind of get there with some guerrilla marketing too, other than maybe needing some money to film the pilot episodes. They could really get in there going. They might also consider doing little micro mini episodes, little 2-3 minute YouTube clips, generate feedback. I mean, they need to probably employ a whole social media strategy. This sounds like following the Gary Vee method of building a business to a T and generating viewers and followers just by social media. So I think this has a potential to be guerrilla marketing gone wild. I'd get out there, be doing all that at the same time, trying to get some money for some fantastic shows. I personally am very interested with our son to check it out, see what it's like, because that's something that's of interest to me. Last was Service Mob. Again, second time seeing this. This was the big winner from the pitch I was at last time, and lo and behold, he is also the big winner tonight. So spoiler alert. Anuj has a really good pitch, really exciting speech, presentation skills, and he just starts off really well with what the pain point is, which is customer service and being on the phone. You really feel the pain, and then when you hear the solution, you're kind of in it and you're feeling it, you're understanding it. Big thing that Anuj has going for him: customers. He's already got some clients. He's already generating revenue. He's working at a pace where he's bringing in more than he's spending right now. I think as an investor, his where he's at is, hey, I need to scale, and I got customers lined up. I'm just not in a position to fulfill that need. So as an investor, that's what you're looking for, is somebody that you're providing the resource of money to expand an idea that's already proven, it's already making money. It reduces the risk. I think that was a big reason why he wins, is customers, viability, and there's not a lot of people out there in this market doing what he's doing. I mean, there's people in the IVR telephone world, but not in the app-based product that he's pitching. So a lot of potential there. Going back, number 2 winner was number 3 was Double Lock Healthcare Systems with Elizabeth Long. That was the syringes. And number 2 was Mr. Pat's Project Exploration. So no surprise with winners 1 and 2. Number 3, I was a bit surprised that she got 3rd place, only from the fact that she didn't really define her business model. The idea itself I thought was really exciting, and if it's a viable business model, meaning you can manufacture it and sell it at a decent profit, that one seems like it's got a lot of potential. So things that were reoccurring themes: winners had good presentations, winners were good at sales pitches, winners knew their business. And I don't know if they're good pitchmen and that's why they have good businesses, or if they have good businesses and that's what make their pitches good too. Either way, it just seems to be a common occurrence. So advice to guys out there, guys and gals, women, men, business owners, you're out there trying to develop a product, develop a business, know your product, refine that pitch, keep pushing it, get customers. I can't reiterate that enough. People with customers seem to win. That's really it for my thoughts. I'll let it go at that. Take care.